Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Beach FM, here's a man who's born to try. He tries everything, as our Phillip Edwards, chair of the Paekakariki Community Board. Good morning, Phillip.
Good morning, and it's sorry to say that there is a little bit of cloud down here in Paekakariki this morning, but no doubt it'll improve as the day goes on.
Yeah, sure. You had a community board meeting, didn't you?
At St Peter's Hall,
yep.
Our community board meeting, and it became quite a long meeting for us. It went 3 hours. Normally we get our meetings over in an hour and a half or so, but we had some interesting presentations. The first one that we had was from Transmission Gully, and Belinda from there, who's their communications manager, came out and she talked to us about what's going to happen in about August, September, when the main highway as we now know it from Sang Su's round to Mackay's crossing is going to go on to the new road, because they need to have the highway as it is so they can develop what Transmission Gully reaches onto Mackay's crossing. And she showed us a series of slides of how things could be, but I suppose the most anxious thing for us is that, yes, I'm sure there's going to be traffic disruption because it's going to be a new road, traffic will be slower, and what we're seeing now, we just hope it isn't going to be any worse. Yeah,
the commuter rush is bad, isn't it?
I suppose short-term pain for long-term gain is a saying, but it could be a worry, just the movement from people coming home and for people heading into Wellington in the morning.
So where does it join up to at Mackay's crossing there, Phillip?
I think it's going to go. It's going to go around by where the. I think it's going to. I'm sure I can't exactly tell you, but I think it's going to come by the gates to Queen Elizabeth Park.
Oh right, okay.
And you'll go on to the motorway that way, and I'm not sure how if you're coming north, coming south, is going to go.
Yeah.
But it's going to all happen about August, September. And so there will be even more disruption and things happening. And as you come north at the moment, you can see quite a bit of work happening around Sang Su's and also at the other end by Mackay's crossing. You can see there where they're doing quite a bit of work, and that's obviously in preparation for a couple of months' time.
Right. And that disruption, how long will we be on that side road?
I don't want to tell you, Nigel, because
it's frightening.
Oh, yeah, it could be frightening, yeah.
Right, okay. Be prepared. That's about the only thing we can say.
Yeah. And they didn't talk about figures, but I would say that we may not go back onto it again until Transmission Gully is completed, because they're going to need all the highway there for their extension stuff to as they come down the hill and head north.
Sure.
We also had a presentation last night from Wayne Bonus.
Yep.
Wayne is the head ranger for the western end of Wellington for the Greater Wellington Regional Council, and he gave us an interesting presentation on their what they're calling retreat, in the sense that if sandhills and that are destroyed by storms, weather, etc., then they're not replacing them. But one of the things is the concern of the road goes around from Wellington Road, you go into the park, and there's a track that you go around and the beach, and they're going to be putting in new tracks because that's becoming too dangerous. They're having to look at the toilets and what they're going to do with those around there. And it'll be a planned retreat, and and how the tracks are going to be done there. And it was really quite impressive that they've been very proactive, the Greater Wellington Regional Council, in their ways of looking at making sure that there's still access to the beach areas of Queen Elizabeth Park from Paekakariki end, and of course from the other end down at the other entrance.
Goodness, there's some big changes going on.
And there's heaps of planting, and there's also going to be a new track around Poplar Avenue. Like you'll be able to go around the back of the riding school that's there now and come out so you can join on to the track as it comes on, at Poplar Avenue. Yes. There where the cycle track starts.
Yes.
You're going to be able to come off the track that comes from Paekakariki, go around the back of the riding club, and then come out where that pond is, pretty much.
Sure.
And then join on there. And so it was really interesting, the discussion we had there. We had another presentation last night on the parking at the top of Ames Street.
Oh, yes.
And the council have given us, they've gone out and surveyed all the residents up here, and we've deferred that to our next meeting because it has just been completed, and we would like to show the results, our thoughts, to the people that live number 55 Ames Street up to number 90, and at the next meeting we'll pass. But my feeling is, and I'm not scared to voice my opinion, is that we leave things as they are pretty much until the track is completed, which would be in late June, early July this year, so that people can get off the train at Paekakariki and walk along the new track beside the highway to get on the Te Aroa Trail.
Right, and that track will be quieter too once the Transmission Gully goes through too, won't it?
Oh, definitely so. And the council, it's been, I know it's been discussed for quite a while, but the council, as part of the long-term plan in the property purchase, is looking at purchasing the land at Ian's place, where Ian's Coffee Bar was, and that then will be able to also use for parking for the railway station and parking for the track, and it should alleviate maybe some of the issues in the village too, because you can never park in the village.
No. Oh, it's a lot of action down at Paekakariki, that's for sure.
Always is. We're a proactive little town.
And just before we go, Anzac Day, you've got a service on down there, Phillip?
Next Wednesday morning, 8:15 is full in at Ocean Road, and those who wish to march can do so, and the service will start at 8:30, and the service will be approximately 40 minutes or so, and then we will move indoors into the hall. Let's hope it is fine, then we can move indoors to the hall and have a small morning tea, and then people are free for the rest of the day to do their chores and what they wish to.
Phillip, we
seem to get at least 150 down to our service. We get representatives of the school, the fire brigade, the scouts very active in coming down, the air training corps turn up, and plus it's amazing the number of local people who come to our service, and some also come down from Paekakariki.
Commemorating 100 years this year. So it's going to be a big one, Phillip, as usual. We thank you very much for your time this morning, Phillip. Have a good week, and we'll chat next Wednesday on Anzac Day, or one of your representatives.
Yes, we'll do, and Janet's got another 10 days away of a tour of Europe, and I understand she's having a lovely time with the choir group that's touring, and it'll be really good.
Good on you. I appreciate your time, Phillip. Thank you.
Thank you, Nigel.
Chair of the Paekakariki Community Board.
106.3 Beach FM.